Gods and goddesses in training, welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Makara. Let's speak today about hypersigils. How do you create them? What are they? What in the world is a hypersigil, first and foremost, okay? So Grant Morrison coined the term hypersigil. So this is an extended work of art with magical meaning. So as Grant was writing this comic book of the Invisibles, he started to notice that he would base the main character off of his own traits. And let's say that he introduced a redhead character in the series. He would start to notice that he's attracting redheads in his own life. So that's an example of a hypersigil. He changed the narrative and his waking reality shifted. So what happens to that character we create happens to our lives. This is why we work with characters and archetypes, okay? This Uncle Makara guy, he's a character. I've made him to serve the most people and myself, and to heal my traumas and my problems by grounding myself. You see, this is a hypersigil. A hypersigil is a combination of different sigils based on a statement of intent. So a hypersigil can combine video, audio, text, okay, any kind of format, however you learn the best. But you really have to use your own creativity here in order to get it to that next level. And you can actually use this for manifestation because it's so powerful as a journaling practice, because this is like narrative magic. You'll notice a lot of music, lyrics, video clips that you watch actually do have a lot of symbolism in them, and a lot of occult symbolism specifically. But I love this method, so I'll just take a journal, take a blank journal, start it out for this process, and then just focus on one area, okay? At Primal Sutra, we focus on health, wealth, relationships. So if you're like, let's focus on relationships, okay? Let's come up with all the questions. Let's say, let me zoom into the future, or let me extract data from the type of character that I want to be and speak to myself now in the form of questions, so my unconscious mind drip feeds me the conscious reality. So a question could be like, why is it that everything goes my way? Now, it may or may not go your way, but your mind will always have an answer, whatever you ask it, okay? Why is it that my chakras work so easily with each other? What did I do to deserve this amazing lifestyle? What did I do to get this lucky? Well, how come all these girls won't stop texting me? What's the reason I'm so damn cool and handsome? How is it that I can retain my seat for this long? Why do I experience such a free flow of energy every single day? This kind of thinking changes your state. You'll notice as you ask yourself that question, your mind is already looking for random answers, and it's confirming to you that it's the truth. We're using the law of assumption here with the sigilization. Imagining reality shift according to your intent is such a powerful understanding. Now, because this is a newly formed technology, we're still working around the parameters of this. Of course, any kind of sigil needs some level of concentration and awareness. You gotta let yourself somehow absorb that into your beingness. Let's say that you can even create a sigil with just flashing lights, right? You turn it on and off to create an effect for you in your mind for some specific intent or purpose. You can listen to a song that taps you into a specific universe that shifts your state. Think of this as a dynamic miniature model of the magician's universe. So mandalas are very powerful in order to use this, right? And we love using cyber shamanism. So AI has gotten to the point where it can create very trippy, mystical images. With the right intent, with the right keywords and prompts, you can figure out a way to make it look exactly how you want. And we found a way to actually connect with our specific deities using this, and it's been very, very effective and powerful. An example I can tell you is, my crown and my root deity connecting or speaking with each other, for instance. Again, all this stuff might be very new to you, and But I encourage you to explore on your own and do your own research, because this stuff is really, really key and powerful, man. It's transformed not only my life, but many others. Flex Mentalo, The Filth, The Invisibles, these were comics that use hypersigilling. You know what? I think logos are hypersigils, to be honest with you. A lot of corporate logos use hidden messages in their logos to create an egregore or thought form. You know, like McDonald's is a thought form. Every time we think of those golden arches, we get hungry because of the yellow that instigates hunger as a color. So everybody uses this stuff intentionally and with purpose. You think the elites and the billionaires, they aren't using this information, but they're all using this information. They're not taking NyQuil, they're going to the real spiritual stuff, okay, that's hidden underneath the surface. Now, I want to highly differentiate ourselves from the archons, from the masons, from the other, people who are trying to get to that code. We are Primal Sutra, and we function very differently, okay? We're not in this kind of Saturnian, Luciferian kind of ways where we look at sun and moon like that, and we don't find ways to, hide in plain sight all of the horrible things that's happening on the planet. We understand that life force energy is what these people want. You got to feed your mental astral fire, which is your soul. Your soul has always been described as this inner flame. And so you have the emotions or the motion right here. You feel it. It's in your chest, right? Oftentimes you'll feel this area being affected by your emotions. Then you have the mental body, all up in the mind, in the air, and so forth. And then you have the reproductive system, the water, right? Urinary, and just our body is mainly made of water. We are fluid beings. And if you know the Emoto experiment, you understand that, hey, we can actually change the crystallization of water and how beautiful it looks, under a microscope by just speaking kind to the water. So why would you not meditate? Why would you not pray? Why would you not listen to affirmations that are positive if you knew that was actually a thing? And if there's always someone who comes along and is like, oh, but hasn't that been debunked or whatever? Listen, man, who do you think is doing the debunking? Think about this, guys. Who are the fact checkers out there? Who are the people who are constantly suppressing people and their creativity? Last night I showcased some of my healing skills. Check it out on IMC TV. That's a YouTube channel, Savage Shaman Seminars. I'm known as Dr. Scripps in that arena. I was given that name by one of my mentors, AZD, when I made a video about him a while back, where I broke down his tech using my own language, scientific language, flow state tech. If you guys are unfamiliar with me, right? If you guys are just kind of coming across me for the first time, I'm in this as a glitch in this matrix. I'm here to cause a ripple. Okay, I'm not here to blend in, okay? Just blend in, man. Just be a part of the crowd. It's all about oneness. Now, I'm not trying to stand on my own as a god away from the source. No, absolutely not. I'm gonna co-create with my creator. So use these hypersigils to create the best version of you, man. I was thinking about this idea for Primal Sutra and creating a very specific meditation for our adepts so that they supercharge their powers every day as they listen and tap in and connect with all 7 of their deities. I guess the more advanced version would be the transpersonal and the subpersonal chakras, but we won't touch that for now. Let's deal with the main 7 and maybe the Earth Star, Soul Star, get those really strong, and then they will automatically affect, let's say, heaven and earth, okay? So what would it look like if I already had this? Tap into that feeling. I want you to really think that, let's say that I want a lot of money, right? What did I do to randomly attract all these customers? How come my business is working so well this month? I wonder why I remain so fearless, okay? So just start getting into the habit of questioning yourself like this from your best self. That's the best way to hyper sigil. Of course, you can pick out a movie and like play a movie and then play a song underneath it and like add a jiffy, and you know, you can stack and stack and stack and overwhelm your mind, or you can create a very simple process for yourself, which is what we're looking at. You know, something very simplistic, but it, again, can be stacked, and your own creativity does come in. If you're more of a complex person, you might like the layers and so forth. Don't overcomplicate it. The cool thing about hyper sigils is, again, there's many sigils in one, right? So it's almost like a super sigil, okay? You're creating a universe and narrative based on that. So why don't you write a story about yourself where the main character evolves, goes on this incredible storyline, you know, and has incredible things happen. Because as the creator of that comic book, you know, as they were writing it in, they were like, oh wait, maybe I didn't mention many details because I'm attracting all these redheads, but they're all like not compatible with me or something. So maybe I should have defined that in the character edit or whatever, you know what I mean? So as you start doing this process, you'll start realizing that, okay, in my real life, all of this is manifesting and it's happening to such a incredible level, you know? And yeah, let's start to work on this a little bit more. I'm starting to really understand what I'm here to do, how I'm here to serve, and let's heal the planet together, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have an incredible day wherever it is you're tuning in from. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it. Upward spiral, man.